The goddamn stupid Polish girl epilogue. I know last week we shared about that Polish girl. Uh, that was like my first, first girl I slept with, first real long-term relationship, first girl I was really, truly ever in love with. And, I talked extensively about that before. I did leave out the after part of the aftermath, and this is kind of important. Um, I put a lot of energy in that relationship. I mean, a lot of energy and money, and just, not that I care about money, but it was just like a function of like everything I could, I put into it, including any access to any funds I had, um, and time, tons of time. Just, I'd get real intricate and detailed in my wrapping the presents, and just real elaborate in everything. Um, when I was finally, realizing that that was over, and that took a long time for that to hit home. I had so much hope against hope that somehow we'd get back, and it was a long, drawn out months and months of me kind of just, you know, torturing myself. I was still taking classes at San Diego Mesa College, and what I did that semester after I got dumped, a normal semester in college is 12 units, and 12 credits. I was currently taking that semester before, and this next semester I went all in. I took 36 credits at San Diego Mesa College that semester. That's a triple load. And there were back-to-back courses. There was calculus. There was French 1, 2, and 3. There was a huge load. And back then at a junior college in San Diego, it was $3 a unit for local residents. So it wasn't a huge cost, but I was just I'm going to put all my energy into this as a way of dealing with the pain I was in. I got pulled by the dean, pulled me into and had a meeting with her saying, this is too much for you. And I reassured them that no, I showed my plan. I showed them how I laid out time wise. And they put me on an academic probation. If I fell behind below a C in any of these classes, they would pull my units. So I was being observed. And I agreed to it. And I mean, that semester, it was brutal. I remember parking my Jeep in the parking lot and having to go out to my car twice a day and switch out backpacks for different books to go back to class. And it was an all day event. Some days I would stay in the library studying, and I'd make it out to my Jeep, and I would just sleep in the back of my Jeep and get up early and go to the class in the morning. So it was this explosion of energy that I put into something else after just that. It was a way I coped with the incredible pain I was in. And, I know everyone feels pain, emotional pain. I don't want to say I felt it more, but man, that was such a powerful, powerful, powerful feeling in the absence of it, and that all that energy went into that. And during finals week, I mean, I swore I felt like the college was trying to kill me. I was just losing my mind, but I made it through. I got through the semester. It was crazy. And that pattern with other relationships of that dealing with pain by going all ape shit into something else was the one I followed. I was had another girlfriend later on while I was in BUD/S Navy SEAL training. Her name was, and she dumped me the weekend before Hell Week, and it was one of those brutal dumps where I caught her with another guy, and like I had called her the weekend before Hell Week started, and I asked what she was doing, and she lived up in Michigan, and I was in San Diego, and she said not doing anything that weekend. I said sweet. I went down and I jumped in a plane without her knowing. I flew out there to surprise her, and I took an hour-long taxi from the airport to her dorm, and went over, knocked on her door. She opens the door and goes, big eyes. What are you doing here? My spider instincts goes off. I push the door open, and there's another guy in her dorm, and totally busted. I turned around, didn't say a word, went back, got a plane, flew back, went into Hell Week for the Navy SEAL training, the hardest week ever in your life. And I just got crushed. And man, that just went into Hell Week with just this kind of a rage. Maybe that's what helped me get through, but man, that was a pattern of my life. When something would come down and hurt me, I would explode somewhere else in my life and just go all in as a way of coping, I guess, a way of dealing with that pain. So that was some insight to that function of like, if there was a huge action in my life, there's going to be an even bigger reaction somewhere else. So that's still epilogue to that goddamn super stupid Polish girl.